Okay. It looks like maybe we're back. Yes, we're back. All right. Sorry about these technical difficulties. As our answering machine, Mr. Newtastic says, your question will be answered in the order it is received. Please stay on the line. Thank you.
Oh
Um,
no.
ugh, my goodness. Yeah, it's a
That's so annoying.
twice in a week that's happened. Something's going on with
Yeah,
OBS.
I have no idea what's going on with
Well, they
OBS.
did just upgrade. They just did release version 32, so I'll probably download that and get that one. I'll probably try to rebuild that one from the ground up with all our assets, so we don't get that resizing issue either.
Yeah, that's fair. Thank you for holding. Dino says, anyway, yeah, like the way Vladis was explaining how moving up in the progression and crafting or gathering would you would have to restart again. Just to elaborate on that, because they kind of misunderstood.
So yeah, so the stuff you earned in the previous certificate, like that's not going to carry over. And so like if you have a like a rare shirt or whatever for novice, or have a rare pickaxe for mining or whatever, like once you become an apprentice, well, that was for your previous certification, so you're gonna have to get like made a apprentice like mining pick, and once you get that, and then you'll have common and uncommon again that you'll be gathering mostly. You have to get like an apprentice shirt, and then those stats will apply to the apprentice items. Of course, if you still have the novice stuff, then anything you were getting in the T1 area, of course, will still stay the same, but anything in the apprentice, it kind of won't. So when it comes to like you finally getting apprentice stuff, then that stuff will then be good for anything that is for the previous tier, so like tier 1 or whatever. But it doesn't, it goes down once you get the next certification up, but it doesn't carry forward to the, like, going from apprentice to journeyman. Those apprentice stats won't carry over to journeyman gatherables. You're gonna have to start getting all the journeyman stuff. Like again, like that's how each bracket is kind of like a self-contained journey.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind if let's say you created like a legendary pickaxe for novice. I wouldn't mind, because of the status of legendary, like that did carry over somewhat to apprentice or whatever. But I think that would only have to come up to like maybe a shirt, because of course the tool doesn't make sense because you can't hit T2 materials with a T1 mining pick. But yeah, like you kind of see what I'm saying. Like my whole goal with this is to have the talent trees and whatever you put in for those 10 points, and each bracket to have its own thing, because maybe not everybody's going to want to be, a gatherer, right? So you want at least the first 10 points for your talent tree and what you're doing to actually have like a meaningful progression. And I don't know, it's just, I'm really excited for the profession talent trees, but I also feel like rarity being predicated off of your stats just is the betterment of the game,
Yeah.
So I'd personally like to see one thing added to that, and that would be some percentage of gain is still carried over, like a flat percentage per certificate tier. So
I wouldn't mind if that was the talent tree. Like if there was points that you put in the novice tier of your talent tree that carries over to apprentice, like I wouldn't mind that. But I would think your tools or your shirt and stuff like that, or your artisan gear and your tool won't carry over. But I'm cool with like overall talent points, and that's kind of how I would do it. I would apply some passives that are an overall gain across the profession, and some that are only a gain within the tier. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was creating the talent tree, I would make points that you can have like as an overall benefit gain and as a tier gain. And that would carry over for sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Orenthane there is saying too, is the cert is what lets you what lets you, well, the cert and the additional tool is what lets you hit the next tier of gatherables, but then the quality rating on the tool is what gives you rarity.
I agree.
Yes.
Because it's so frustrating, like trying to get all the materials for the next thing, or waiting for like the node to level up so you could even get the next rarity or the next level up for things. So instead of just being able to get daffodils and snowdrops, I can finally also get some bluebells. And at least then I'm starting to work towards some gear for the next tier while I'm waiting for the table to open up so that I could have the weaponsmith make me my apprentice sickle. So that way I can get better quality blue, I forgot what it's called at the moment. Blue flowers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to call them, blue flowers. But yeah, bluebells. There we go. Just make it common quality locked or something. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great idea. And hello, Rakinos. Thank you for the lurk. We appreciate it. There's always room in the tavern for lurking. And I don't know. I feel like that's going to feel much better overall, but also with what Erwin just said about the skill trees, I'm hoping that's in the right direction, because I would love to be able to get better rarity if that's what I want to focus on, or more of the item if that's what I want to focus on.
Yeah,
So-
no, I agree. I feel like what professions lack, especially gathering, is progression. Like and with static node rarity being there, we're not going to feel that until it's removed. And then once you actually see, oh wow, if I make a rare pickaxe, you feel it, right? You feel those things. And I feel like also too, the tools, I think, need a kind of a rework as far as the stats that are on them. I think each tool within each bracket, like the rarer it goes, you remember how in phase 2 or phase 1, like if you went from a common to like a rare, it added a stat line to it.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of want tools to be for each bracket. Because if I put in all the work and to go from like a common to a legendary, and it still only has 2 stat lines, again, if you're thinking about it within that bracket, that's kind of crap. You know what I mean? Like I at least want the people that stay within those tiers, because let's say they don't want to apprentice a gathering profession because they're doing processing or crafting or whatever. I want their journey within the novice tier to feel like meaningful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that it does a little bit of a disservice currently, and I really hope that they do that. They add more stat lines to it, or bulk up the previous stat line, or something like that, or even give legendaries like a special proc, you know what I mean, or something cool, right? Like, hey, you actually made a legendary tool, like here's this like cool thing you can do to it, right? Like that's kind of like what I want for each bracket. So that way you feel like, especially now that they're BOE, right? Because if you are going to put in that effort and work,
They're BOE?
Yeah, all the tools are.
All tools.
Oh.
You can sell your tools now.
Bind on equip, you can't sell your tools.
No, you can.
Oh, so they're not technically BOE.
Yes, they're not
like,
binding.
Yeah,
they're not
they're not
binding
binding
at all.
then. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
was like.
sorry,
Wait, what?
They're just
Yeah.
equipable.
They're just
Yeah.
equipable, exactly, which is awesome. You know
That's
what
what
I mean? So-
yeah. Okay.
They're bind on legendary grandmaster.
It saved me a lot
So
of time
there.
on the initial chopping wood run.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, I don't have the mats that I want to make this with, but I still want to be able to chop things down. So, I dropped it. It was like 2 or 4 gold at the time, and, there it was.
Yeah. Sorry, there's like so many ads today. It feels like every 15 minutes there's an ad. Real quick. So Fupo was saying that's only a thing when a new realm would be starting, though, yes? Otherwise, we would expect there to be tools and other things available. And I said, yeah, this is accurate. However, if a node gets sieged, you may lose that for the higher tiers. And he goes, well, there'll be a lot of nodes out there. And I said, but only a certain amount of that will be village or higher. And he says, yes, just thinking it's going to be way less impact once a realm is established for any real amount of time, though. Think the start of a struggle is a one-time type of experience for each realm unless things go crazy and the world burns. And I mean, I agree. But also, the other thing is, like, if the only place that is close to you that has a weaponsmith who can make or a carpenter that can make the tools that you need, especially once you get to journeyman, master, grandmaster, and that node burns down because it was a village, because it got sieged, and it takes with it the other 2 nodes below it, that's going to be a while before any of those reach village stage again and get back to that same thing. So during that time, if something happens to your tool, I suppose, I don't know. I think that I think that me having the tool is fine once I already have it, but anybody who got to journeyman or higher during that time period is now at a loss for tools. We're at like a standstill for a tool, essentially. Yeah, the materials in the storage get lost, but so do the tables that you use to make the items on.
Yeah, all the stations in the node get nuked.
So I'm just thinking through, like, if I already had my journeyman sickle before the node got sieged, I'm fine until I hit master, in which I will also need somebody who has a master weaponsmith table to make me my master sickle or my grandmaster sickle, which the crafting is done in the node, not on a freehold. So unless somebody has built a master or grandmaster level weaponsmith table on a freehold that was not sieged, then I would lose access to that during that time. So being able to increase my certificate up to master and get those master ingredients, albeit at a very low common rarity, until that table comes up, then I could be able to do that. But also would love to see, like somebody said, gear destruction on tools and stuff if you don't take care of your tool. Or every once in a while you need to go to the crafter to get your tool replenished so that its durability goes back up. Like over time your durability goes lower. I don't know.
Yeah. Over time?
Kind of like with the dune when you had to repair your vehicle, but as you repair your item, it reduces an overall durability.
Yeah, like that. Not like just I own this thing and I haven't used it, so a year from now it's like lowered. I'm talking about over time as you, because I'm thinking of the crafter here. I'm not thinking of the casual. Anybody who's the crafter or the gatherer specifically will be going out consistently, gathering mats consistently, and will be repairing consistently. And especially with the higher rarity, like that'll be a reason to get a higher rarity, because the higher rarity sickle gives you more durability.
Mm-hmm.
And that durability takes a lot longer to go down. So repairing that will take a lot longer for that tool to break compared to like a common one.
Yeah. Oh man, there'd be such a big attack on anybody that mispulls, or mob trainers even, like, you know, they have a chance at death themselves. That could reduce that as well.
I would just imagine unequipping the artisan tools during combat.
Yeah, I mean, I think a combination of all that stuff would be nifty. Like, if an item hits actual 0 durability, it gets destroyed. Got to get a new one. Repairing would over time reduce your durability. Like even if it's not 1 every single time it's repaired, but maybe every 2 times it's repaired, it reduces by 1, so that'd give you 600 repairs for like a 300 durability item.
Yeah.
That type of thing, because it would keep things flowing through, and in theory, because there's more demand, it's probably going to be cheaper to pick up the stuff too. But it would make sure that things don't stagnate, because that is a good point. If gear doesn't get destroyed by just wearing it, using it, etc., the only things that are going to need to be replaced on a somewhat frequent basis are going to be the high rarity items, because people are going to try to enchant those for any level band, right? They're going to try to enchant those and sell them for money, because the 30 to 40 band of leveling is tough. So let's get a full legendary set and let's enchant them. And okay, we enchanted it too far and that one broke, so I got to get a new one. If that's the only way gear leaves, then it's going to be only like the top tier of stuff that's going to actually be remade, and everything else is just going to exist in the market. People are going to be throwing it away, if anything, because there's going to be so much of it on the market. Nobody's going to want to buy it. It's just going to get vendored.
Sorry, someone says imagine going corrupt on a legendary grandmaster gear.
Oh.
Yeah. But Someone was asking about Grandmaster mats. Do you think Grandmaster mats should be unique, like one per biome? And Mr. Fantastic says just one type or like one node. And I'm trying to follow this. I mean, that Grandmaster medal, for example, being a single gather node that spawns during a season or in a dungeon or when a boss spawns, for example, like there's a predicate, and that's where the Imagine going corrupted over for gear.
Imagine a carcass not disappearing because it has Grandmaster harvestable materials in it.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my
And
gosh,
so
that's
you've got
crazy. And the one Grandmaster that comes across is
Grandmaster-
like, ooh, free loot.
Yeah.
Drunkenly stumbling along and going, what's this?
Can you imagine a world
Oh.
boss just not respawning because the carcass never gets picked up?
Oh my
Yeah.
hell.
But yeah, Fupo. So the reason why I came up with that idea is because Steven had already mentioned wanting something like that for the adventuring gear, right? So he wants there to be an item sync with the adventuring gear where if you lose a certain amount of durability, you need to go to a crafter. It'll take roughly half the materials needed to craft it in the first place to restore it. And so I would like to see that applied to tools as well, because for the artisan loop, that is our our main hand, if you will. That is our main weapon or item of choice. And so if you're gonna have that with adventuring weapons, why not have that with artisan tools also? And that'll keep it from stagnating, because again, to the point that somebody made in chat, and I can't scroll up because it's gone too fast, but once you craft that tool, you don't have a need for that tool at that level, for that certificate level, ever again, unless something happens to the tool, which kind of stagnates the crafting in that specific case.
What if it was along the lines of like the tempering kits, where when you go to repair it, it says you need this, this, and this in order to repair it. Please see your weaponsmith of choice and hand them this type of thing.
I could see something like that. Or
the tempering kits require part of the materials in order to temper the item higher.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Because I was also going to say, it'd be also to that same point, but in a different direction, being able to temper your tools to be a better rarity would be absolutely something that somebody spending 80 hours a week would do.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So Ornthane asks, some interesting theory crafting. Say you keep your fishing at novice. Would you want a legendary novice rod?
Yes, I would, because
if it came with 5 stat lines, yeah.
if I'm doing, no, you're fine. If I'm doing anything to do with something, like if I'm sitting there trying to do novice fishing, for your example, I'm probably trying to do it for Vertec. And if I have a legendary novice rod, not only is the durability way higher, which means that I don't like time out before, like my bags are likely to fill up before I'm able to, because of the novice bag, and you need to have apprentice or higher to get the other bags. So your bags are gonna time out before your rod does, but also the rod gives you probably an extremely better chance, if it's going to work the way I'd like to see it work, at getting better rarities.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think also that's gonna depend on if there are brackets to PvP arenas.
Yeah.
If there's a level 1 to 10 bracket, and you can make novice food to buff them at a legendary level, or provide legendary fat for creating items because of fishing, then absolutely you would want a legendary rod for sure. If there's not those, then I mean, personally, I think it would be useless. Personally, and here's my hot take. I think any crafting, gathering, whatever skills are going to be absolutely obsolete below journeyman. Honestly, even potentially journeyman as well. Like you're really not going to be making use of them.
I'm gonna cry. Well, because at journeyman I can finally do something interesting with alchemy. Before journeyman, I'm like, I got some inks, I got some mana and health pots. At journeyman, I'm like, I can theoretically, if I find the recipe, make some strength potions.
But now imagine if you get all the way up to level 50 and you get all those other recipes out in the world in the bigger content, and then you get your alchemy from journeyman up to grandmaster, and how many more powerful recipes you'll get along the way. And then would you stoop down to making a 50 hit point potion, except for just some friend guildies that are kind of leveling around? You just say, hey, if you get me some crap mats, I'll make you some crap potions.
To be honest, I don't make them currently, so.
Yeah.
No,
but,
I just genuinely don't. Like, I wish alchemy mattered more. It just really doesn't.
people don't care about your alchemy. People don't care about my cooking. People don't care about my farming.
I know.
They just don't.
We're just sad tavern keepers, you guys. Nobody cares.
Yeah. No
Right
mayor wants
now.
to build those stations. We're gonna be the absolute last ones built.
You
We're
probably
teasing,
won't,
we're
because
teasing.
they're going to start min-maxing on enchanting if they can.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're gonna become mayor of Azmaran, and we're gonna build the alchemy station.
That'd be awesome.
Heckin' yeah, absolute noob-tastic.
Currently, we alchemists do not make the novice stuff because they sell for less than the cost of it. Yes, they do. Correct. We are going to have a tavern in game. That is our goal. We're going to do everything that we can to have the Golden Feather Tavern specifically. And we would like to have it be an actual place that people will come in and hang out with us. And eventually our deeper plan for Tavern Talks is instead of this lovely loading screen, starting screen gameplay visuals that you see here, eventually it'll be actually us in the tavern.
The tavern. The Golden Feather Tavern, to be specific.
And it'd be really cool to see people just kind of coming in and everything. And I'd love to just set up in a corner and just watch people come in and play Ashes while we're just chit-chatting Ashes.
But yeah, as far as the crafting going, and with things being obsolete below journeyman or even master, is I really think they should do a building like almost a pyramid system with the creation of items, and every tier above, like going from novice to apprentice to journeyman to master to grandmaster, you should just be adding things to the craft to make it something better, in my opinion anyway. You shouldn't really be rebuilding the entire thing at the top tier, just because that would make it so that everything from novice all the way up to grandmaster is required.
Yeah.
Ooh, make it start from the ground up, so common, throw some green at it, then throw some blue at it. Ooh.
Yep. You're starting with just some typical, just basic like grim leather, like grim skin or something for like some leather working armor, and then you add wolf pelts or something from Borg pelts, let's say, and then you add something else to it above that, and add something else to it above that, and now you get a one of your components as a crafter, and leatherworking is going to be like a de-stitching tool or scissors to remove certain old parts out of it and start adding in like griffin feathers and things like that, like just adding in things to previously built stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're going to require stuff from every tier all the way up to be grandmaster crafting, is my opinion how it should work, to be magnificent and inclusive of every tier. The little people will feel important, but they're going to make less money because there's more little people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It's just in general like the future that crafting holds. Speaking of the future, the newest Alpha 2 update notes are out. This is actually for September. Hold up. This is updated. Okay, I'm confused. Alpha 2 update notes. It says September, but it's at the top. It's for today. Okay, I was getting confused by Maggie. She may have copy pasted. So currently, settlement wars are disabled. Apprentice armor smithing stations are bugged and cannot be used at this time, and some characters have issues when becoming a citizen of a settlement. These are things that are known at the moment. And speaking of the settlement wars are disabled, I believe tomorrow they're going to have PTR testing for settlement wars. I think it's going to be about 3 hours long.
With the vendor. So I have not signed up for that or anything. I don't know if you had to sign up for that, but
it's one of those things where it will depend on what I have to do tomorrow. But I'm hoping it goes well. If anybody gets in and gets to do that, please let us know. Come join our Discord, talk to us about it. I'd love to hear how it went if I didn't get to be a part of it. And if I did get to be a part of it, still come chat with us about it. I think it'd be fun. So gatherables in world. They fixed an issue where some basic gatherables weren't showing as an interactable icon, which Seiken noticed and Erwin did too. This is overall the comment that was going out earlier about the overlay thing. You should now be able to pick flowers without second guessing if they're just decorative. On that note, daffodils and friends have now the consistent coloring across Vera. There used to be what I used to call the shiny daffodil. That is a bug, apparently, and it has no more doppeldils. And it has been adjusted, so all the daffodils are the same color now. By the way, if you didn't know what a shiny daffodil was, there were pale daffodils, and those were usually uncommon and higher. So if you saw that, you usually jumped off your mount and definitely grabbed it in case it was something amazing. They also worked on fixing collision on under construction buildings and settlements, so you can no longer moonwalk through the scaffolding. I love her little notes on these. Guild storage, they squashed the duplication edge case with guild storage, so no more magical multiplying loot. The settlement wars now have a 1 hour spin up time before the action starts, giving everyone time to rally their troops, or maybe, step away, get out of the game. And settlement wars are still disabled while they resolve some additional issues with that. But finally, mounts and movement. This one I was really curious about, and I thought it would be a good little moment to spend on just chatting about this. So the phenomena where mounts bypass the crate speed penalties have been addressed. Players should now only rely on caravans for more timely long distance crate deliveries. And they put note, the design intent and ask is that you move at the same rate on a mount as which you do on foot with a crate, unless you're specifically on a mule, which does not exist yet, despite the day striders being a thing. They are not mule types yet, I think. They're still mount types. Testers are expected to use caravans for crates currently. I want to understand that more. What does that mean? Testers are expected to use caravans for crates currently. Are they asking that we don't walk our crates?
Or that we don't use mounts after spending the time to make sure that mounts went slower? That's
yeah, I'm a little
confusing to me.
confused.
Fupo, make it make sense.
Yeah,
Make it make sense.
Fupo help caravans to make money for crates, I guess. Walking crates will be really slow. I don't mind the walking crates being really slow. Part of the benefit of walking the crate was, one, it's slower, sure, but you'd have to flag up to attack me because I don't necessarily want to be a part of a PvP event.
And go corrupt.
Yeah, you'd have to go corrupt for that.
Which is, there was people corrupt exploiting, there was a few other things, but that's not on the topic for tonight.
Okay. Got it. Atash says now it means you can use caravan to carry them. They fixed the bugs, but there's still some buggy ones like the Dragonwood caravan parts. That's what Atash thinks.
Oh.
Though for making caravans are too dang expensive to make right now. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a 1x3, so you could travel a 1x3 up to a node. It won't be the fastest, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But
someone in our guild said Intrepid broke crates with a mount speed, and my answer was, this is how it's intended. Mules will be an option, but caravans are more incentivized. Yeah, they should be. Yeah. The mounts were never intended to go that fast with the, or actually you're not supposed to be able to be on your mount with a crate in the first place.
Mounts aren't supposed to happen at all.
It's just because mules aren't in yet.
Yep. People got banned use caravan to load many crates to make it like a 600, 800 gold. Yeah, I heard that one. I guess maybe they were just saying that they fixed that bug. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense, but the verbiage was a little weird.
So yeah, I think specifically that was a broken caravan that had too many slots.
Yeah. I think
And
they're
then
just
those
trying to
that
take.
got exploited, all 14 of them are gone.
Yeah. That's fair, Mr. Noobtastic.
I go to bed.
But
You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for chatting with Tavern.
of
Yeah,
course, thanks for stopping in the tavern.
Much appreciated. You rest well.
Night, guys.
Night.
Nate.
But yeah, I think that's a important thing is, that they fix these crate issues. But I mean, the risk versus reward, right? So the risk is you put a bunch of them into a caravan and you take that caravan across to wherever you're trying to go, and it's faster speed, but the risk is you have people that can flag up and take down your caravan, which I think Fupo mentioned he's already seen like 5 or so caravans tonight, and 2 of which were destroyed. And then
One of those would have been mine if I was running a caravan.
probably Vertex so salty over that stuff.
I have such terrible luck with caravans. People go, yeah, I made so much money with caravans. I'm looking at like, well, most of mine either died to a bug or died to PvP. People just jumped on it and they'd burn it. They would burn it and crack the crates open. They wouldn't even pull another caravan up to grab my stuff.
Technically, I've attacked your defender before. And then I left the event and revived your defender.
You know what it is, Pockets? Prior to now, she hasn't had her rhino mount. So she's had to roleplay as the rhino, seeing an offending large creature in front of it, not realizing that it's just a caravan. So she's had to roleplay as her rhino until she got it just now.
Wow.
I did not murder your defender. I was struggling to figure out how to even attack them, to be fair. I was trying to give them that like lived experience of someone's gonna come and attack your like a caravan potentially if you're defending it. And I was struggling to figure out how to even attack the person.
Did she go corrupt for your fine ale and wines?
No. She didn't have her new glasses yet. She just saw a large moving creature. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. I was in the event. I was struggling to figure it out because like at one point the event was broken. You still had to like flag up, I think, and I don't know. It was just confusing me, the whole thing. You could add crates into crates. Kept going. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crate inception is a good way to put it.
Yeah, crate inception.
And then
but-
when they caught up to the people that were exploiting it, it was like a crate confetti or pinata, and you just had like 30 plus crates pop out. And the individual that explained this goes, I didn't have metal running, I didn't have any sort of recording software running. He's all, but I immediately reported it. So.
That's good.
That's bananas.
Hello, Thogly. Welcome in. I think, I don't know, unless you guys have anything else you want to chat about.
Any burning discussion topics?
Erwin, I had a question for you, and you started to describe this a little bit before we went live. You were telling me that because I was surprised that Asmaran, when it leveled up to Crossroads, that there wasn't a like laboratory. You're telling me that different specific types of settlements have specific base things?
Based on their alignment, so divine, military, economic, etc., the encampment tables are all predetermined. There's no randomness to it. So in the event of Asmaran, as we just brought up, coming up and talking about, the Asmaran table started with tables is carpentry, woodworking, stonesmithing, and jewelry. It's a divine node.
Okay.
That's what they classified for divine. Economic, you get animal husbandry, you get I think it's like leatherworking or tanning, one of both of those, and then another one. And then for Sunhaven, it's military type of stuff. It's weaponsmithing, metalworking, armor smithing, and then there's another one associated with it as well.
Question on that.
Sorry, 1 second. I have to go ban Saken.
Right.
Oh, lordy.
What he did.
I'm not verbally saying what he did.
Oh, I have not. I could go look.
Oh,
Banned.
Loudy.
Okay.
But yeah, I got at least 2.5 months left to growing this thing out. Been taking good care of it. Chibi and I agreed that I'd go ahead and grow out a beard, and 3 months was a decent point to say that I've grown it out and given it a chance to fill out a little bit.
He's giving me too much grace.
Please.
He's given me too much grace. TV and I have agreed. Vertec coerced me into agreeing.
I didn't coerce nothing. Chat coerced.
Beard bro.
Yeah, we'll see where I get in 3 months.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
try out a
totally.
couple different styles too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. If it's predetermined what the node type is gonna get, what's gonna happen with the remaining two? Or no, one profession. Since you don't need to count the gathering.
The remaining profession.
Yeah, if it's predetermined what stations are going to be at a node type, that's 16. There's 12. There are 6 professions left. 5 of those are gathering, so we don't count those. There's just 1 left. That's not going to be counted in until you get to stage 3.
You sure? You mathing right?
Pretty sure. Isn't there 22 professions?
I think you could remove gathering easily from those.
Yeah, gathering is not included in the.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's 5 gathering professions. Those are not going to need a station because they now are lumped into carpentry and weaponsmithing.
So are you talking about just in the village node, or what are you talking about all the way up at like stage 5 or tier 5?
At encampment, there's 4 node types, right? Encampment has 4 stations that you could use, and you're telling us it's predetermined what those stations are going to be for that node type. So
Correct.
4, 8, 12, 16.
I see where you're going. Okay,
There's 22 professions we could in total, and there's 5 gathering. We could knock those out. There's 1 station left.
Have you determined what that station is?
I haven't, but you're the one who's been doing this research.
Okay, so gathering, like you said, has 5. So.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6,
That'd be
7,
my
8.
luck, Orenthane.
Yeah, let me math real quick for you.
So yeah, 17 between processing and crafting.
Lamina said, I think some had 5. And Mr. Noob says, I have a feeling one type has an extra.
Oh, scientific has an extra. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, Orenthane, I feel you. I feel you. Absolutely.
Nope.
Jova had 5, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, crossroads.
So scientific.
Yeah.
I imagine scientific would have the alchemy too.
Yep.
Yeah, or that's how I feel about cooking. Cooking feels the same.
Alchemy can be both processing and crafting. And
Yeah.
that was the 5th. That's the Horcrux. Yep.
Yeah. So, Orenthane, here's what I do for alchemy. If anybody wants to know my current leveling strat, it is find people that are really nice to give you rubies, or go get rubies yourself since they're novice. Break those down into inks. So ruby powder first, then turn them into inks. Scribes will always need inks. It will take 10 inks for one scroll. And also scribes will need inks for, I believe, maps. And then on top of that, magic powder will always be necessary, not only for weapons, and anything spell or magic based weapon will need magic powder in it, but also other scribe things. They do sell pretty well in the marketplace. I used to make inks and then put them up at like 5 or 10 stack, and then just kind of keep them stacked in that thing. What I would do is I would find a place that had opposite from where the laboratory was. If wherever the laboratory is built up, I'd go the opposite. I'd put inks in their like economy, in their marketplace. So unfortunately, that means that this time around, every couple of days, I'll have to run over to, say, Winstead from somewhere else, just to make sure that those inks sold or are put up again. But that's just kind of bringing ease to those people. So,
not to mention one thing, there's been changes at that as well. Daffodil powder is now used in like the magical spell books at the starting tier.
Ooh,
So
nice to know.
Daffodil powder, daffodil threads also used in many starting recipes. And then there's daffodil yardage, there's, lily drop yardage. So you're going to be in a fight for some high rarity, stuff like that. There's a whole lot of like just new crazy things. Daffodil powder is also used in wands of the magical variety at the starting area too.
That's really nice. I'm glad. I haven't looked into like other stuff for magic like weapons and things like that, but I would say use this phase to kind of see what changes happened. I mean, if you haven't done alchemy before, you probably don't know that the changes happened, but see what your different things go into. That's probably like, that knowledge is going to be very helpful for you to know like what is the best things to make. And when you have a plethora of like daffodils that aren't being used for magic powder, because there's way more daffodils than there are snowdrops for me, for whatever reason. That's a good use for that excess daffodil. So,
and then keep in mind they've started incorporating desert recipes to make the sun scorched wand. So if we do get a laboratory out in the desert, poppy powder is used to make the sun scorched wand with dried acacia board.
I will say, if we can get Azmoran to village, I will try and run for mayor in Azmoran.
Chibi for mayor, you heard it here first.
So I tried Nuela, that didn't go so well, and I don't want to talk about the result of that. that result was depressing. But yeah. That was kind of the last thing I could think of to talk about. Anybody else have any burning things to discuss that's not drama filled?
We're probably going to see a rework to the bag recipes, not drama filled, but bag recipes are crazy good if you're going into leatherworking right now. The leatherworking bags.
Ooh.
They're easy to craft. It's basically you take 4 grams and turn them into 5 gram skins. You gather up another 20 gram carcasses and use those to tan your gram skins with, and here's the part that everyone's like stoked about, wood chips. The wood chips that people have been selling and whatnot, you can throw a legendary into the processing side of that and it will come out, I believe, heroic. And then on top of that, you just throw all that into a melting pot of leatherworking fun, and you can have a heroic bag with Grim.
Wow. That's crazy. It's a lot of Grimskins.
All right, time to start gathering them.
Yep. No more using them for hunting.
Oh,
Great.
dang, look at that pockets. That's for a journeyman leatherworking bag. I'm just talking apprentice.
Wow. 42 gold in processing and tailoring. JM bags are 123 in processing fees.
Yeah, just in fees.
Journeyman bag is 7 gold in processing. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
processing
in fees, not
is
even the mats.
busted.
That's
Not
why
only-
you
You know how
go
much-
with apprentice and be happy.
That's easily like a 200 gold bag right there.
I mean, not only
Easily.
do you have to pay somebody for the gathered materials if you don't gather it yourself, you also have to pay for the processing. So it's like, holy crap.
Yeah. I stole my warped wood. No. I would
It's
like to
like-
see NPC dialogue that talks about things like Gremskin and Oak not being available in regions like the Anvils. Yes, I would love that too. That'd be nice. Nice little immersion thing there.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool, yeah.
Bag and storage rework in general. Yeah, I agree. Let me sort my bags, dang it.
Bag sorting would be good.
I got one last thing I wanted to talk about. Just thought of what if like the stations we already talked about that come up at the encampment level. What if those node types get a bonus for choosing those stations when they start building?
So I can see that maybe coming down the chain at the end of the phase once they get vassal ships and everything taken care of.
Hmm.
I don't know if it'll be a thing, but that's a good theory craft.
Yeah. Seeing that map for Apprentice Dust was more expensive than the Apprentice Selves they sell at the vendor, and one says a vibe. Yeah. Yeah, it's very common that the vendors will sell the things that players can make for cheaper than the players can afford to create it.
All of those are supposed to be removed in the future. I believe I saw Steven already say that. It was just a matter of, okay, we've got so much to do on our plate. We're pulling the people off of that team that's taking care of that and putting them on other problems. So
Yeah. I mean, for people that forget that this is an indie game and they're like, it's not an indie, they're so big. They're still small enough that they need to pull people from other people. Tomorrow stream? What do you mean? Wednesday?
no.
What? Are you trying to get us
Oh,
to stream
lordy.
more?
Oh, lordy.
But
Need to do some desert daily.
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Level up Asmaran real quick.
Oh man.
We
Yeah.
did get Asmaran to 1% today into encampment, so
Yay. It feels like it's
Hoo-ha.
taking like years long.
Yeah,
um,
seriously.
a lot of effort died out after the first 3 times we rolled it over. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
That's just
Tugly
the
can
unfortunate
jump
side
on that
effect.
as well.
Yeah. I liked your idea though, like, you know, get like a group of people to level a node. Like, let's do it ourselves, you guys. Let's do this.
Mhm.
That's what they had us do on the PTR one day. Was everything's at 0. And he was like, I want everyone to rate up. We rated up. And they teleported us down to, actually, I think it was Dejina or maybe it was Asmaran. And we literally just ran circles around Asmaran, killing everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to see crate station and vendor show up in settlement at crossroad level to support being able to level up settlements far from the settlement. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, that would be nice to see it. But I think that they're waiting for that to be a village thing to have the mayor choose to build that type of building. Which,
Oh my god. Miralith built a wood shop.
what's a wood shop?
Like the lumberjacking thing again. We only have
Okay.
3 in the world.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah,
I'm glad.
somebody once asked me, if you become mayor, what buildings will you make? And I said the first thing I'm making is a crate stuffing station,
Mhm.
so that people don't have to go as far.
Yes, please, and thank you.
So, yeah,
Yeah. I don't want to go all the way back to Riverlands if I could avoid it.
yeah. Also, it'd be really nice to get like the desert their own crate stuffing station for some of the other nodes.
Exactly.
And
You want a trade station in the desert and the June Dark and
an alchemy
Ooh.
station and a cookhouse and an agricultural supply.
Yep.
Interesting.
But with that, I have to get ready for bed soon because I have to get up for the gym in the morning. But I have who we're gonna raid out to. Vertec, if you will take us.
Yeah, okay, so Erwin and Oracle, thank you for joining us in here. Vladis, you're not here, but thank you again for joining us.
Yes.
Would either of you have any closing words? Any last words you'd like to say?
No, I'm good.
Good night, Lamina.
In classic Erwin.
Good night, Orenthane.
Yeah, we're going to be raiding over, just so you folks know, we're going to be raiding over to Chaffee J.
I got it going.
Longtime friend of the tavern. Good guy, entertaining fella. Playing some Silent Hill. Good night to everybody. And Chibi, did you have any closing words?
I think this is our last stream for a little while. We're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks. We'll be back around the 13th or 14th of October. So yeah, wanted to let you guys know that. But we're not leaving. We're just we're going to go see family, and I have a developer conference to go to. So
yeah, traveling for work and family visit.
Yes.
We're gonna be taking off on next Monday we're taking off, and we'll be back on potentially the evening of the 13th Monday, but we'll have to see how we feel when driving back and the return.
I'm gonna cancel this raid so that we don't go in the middle of us talking.
Yeah. And
don't forget Sunday Fablecraft.
Oh yes, I'm doing. That's fair. One more stream before we leave is Fablecraft. So we'll have session 3 this Sunday, and then we'll be quiet. So for those of you on YouTube, that'll be on our TGF Tavern IRP YouTube channel, but it'll be here on this Twitch channel. So yeah. You guys are a family. We're with you most of the time. We see them maybe once a year.
True story.
So.
True story. Very, very, very rare.
Very rare.
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and start actually kick this raid off and actually get on the road here.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chilling with us. Thank you for adding to the conversation and being a part of the tavern. It means the world to us because your time is very valuable. You can only earn it once, and you can only spend it once. You spent it here, and I hope we gave you good value for that payment.
Yes, I agree.
Even if we didn't, we won't give you a refund, so sorry.
We can't give you a refund, but we can give you a receipt.
Sure can. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.